What is going on, and welcome back to the match reaction of Real Madrid versus Galatasaray, where we just won 1-0 to Galatasaray at home, at their home. So very difficult game. I think I think everyone had in mind that this was going to be a difficult game, but we won. We won. That's the most important thing. We're not going to Europa League now. Thank goodness. It was a tough win, to be honest. It was a win that was much needed. But I'm really happy, really happy. Even if it's 1-0, like I said, it's really important. Those points were really crucial. That way we don't go into the Europa League, and now we've gotten all the 3 points. So let me just go over the few important things that was seen in today's game. So obviously Courtois, the inclusion of Courtois for me at the beginning, it was just so suspect, very dubious. I really thought that we were going to lose because of that. But you know what? Courtois had a good game overall. I thought he had a very good game. I think he made, if I'm not mistaken, I think he made 3 saves in that game that were very important to us, maintaining that clean sheet. And, Courtois was able to maintain a clean sheet ultimately, and I'm sure that will help his confidence. I hope that going forward we'll see a better goalkeeper. However, I still think that he needs to be given, I think he needs to be given more time. I do want to see more from him. If he does put in, a string of games in which he does decently, then I'll definitely start backing him. I think at the moment, it's still up in the air. 12 months of or 16 months of bad performances doesn't really exculpate him from anything. So, anyways, that being said, hey, what's up, Naj? Thank you for being on. What's up, James? Thank you for being on, dude. I'm doing well. We've got the win. I'm really happy. So, definitely doing really well. Naj says 2-3 good save. Yeah, really. I mean, Courtois, man, you got to give it to him. He did really good today. I'll give him credit. I got to give credit where it's due, and I thought Courtois did a fantastic job today. James says really good performance today. Courtois is brilliant, but how did Hazard miss? And yes, how did Hazard miss? Incomprehensible, to be honest. It really comes down to there's a bit of ambiguity in his role, and I just think it got to his head a little bit. It's like I know he had to shoot and things like that, but it's still in his head. It's still not there's not that conviction, and so I think that lack of conviction, it's still missing in Hazard's game. But overall, what I saw from Eden Hazard is Eden Hazard who really didn't stop running, didn't stop really running into the channels, running on the counter, creating spaces. And that's really, Hazard overall, he had a very good performance today. And like James was saying, overall, very good performance from the team today. Jonas says Real Madrid needs to improve still. Yes, I think definitely. But 1-0 to Galatasaray, I think that's a very good win nonetheless. But yes, of course, we still need to improve. But I think, it's still one game. It's still one game. I can't, overgeneralize, but hopefully we do continue in this kind of in the same vein, because we're doing really good, but it's 1 week we're doing good, 1 week we're doing bad, so we have to take this lightly, I guess you could say. Marathon, thank you for being on. Marathon Nair says Valverde man of the match today. Valverde was amazing for someone who gave him a lot of stick last season. I have to say he was amazing today. Valverde was very good. He recuperated the ball several times. His passes are just amazing. And this midfield 3, I think I forgot who it was that was talking to me about it. Can't remember if it was Naj or someone along those lines, but it was midfield 3 of Casemiro, Cruz, and Valverde, and I think that could be a very good midfield 3. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens going forward. But Jonas says Valverde needs to be a starter. Yeah, definitely. Based on this performance alone, he should definitely be in contention to be in the starting 11, because he put in such a good performance today. And I thought everyone just put in a really good performance today. I thought collectively we did really good. I can't think of anyone who had a bad performance. If I go through the lineups here, even Marcelo, at the beginning his defending was questionable, but as the game went on, he had a really solid performance. And this is versus Galatasaray. We got to keep this in mind at their home. So overall, very good performance. Sergio Ramos deserves credit. Been crucial today. Yes. I thought Sergio Ramos, yes, he does deserve credit. There were a few interventions made from Sergio Ramos, very, very crucial. I thought he defended really, really well. It really, the whole team I thought did really well. Let's see here. What can I go over? Rodrigo over Vinicius I thought was quite interesting, to be honest. I really thought, that Vinicius would start on top of Rodrigo, but to be honest, Rodrigo started ahead of Vinicius. I was quite surprised to see that, and I think overall that is a good decision for Zidane. As much as some people will want to say that maybe Vinicius should have started, I think Rodrigo, for me, is definitely the better player. I have seen that ever since I did start watching Rodrigo playing for Madrid. Definitely the better player, no questions there. Valverde playing, I thought he was, very, very good. And overall, the first half was just a bit tempestuous, a bit frenzied. It was just, one second it's we're attacking, the other second the ball's in our half, and they're creating chances. So overall, it's just, back-to-back action. And, for a neutral watching this game, it was a very good game, to be honest. The other thing I wanted to point out, too, the Benzema-Hazard combo leading to that goal, to the only goal that we got in the game. That Benzema and Hazard combo was just amazing. I think that Benzema and Hazard combo will really work. I hope Jovic will obviously come good, but Jovic and Benzema combination, it's not really working out at the moment. So something with Benzema and Eden Hazard, that's that one I'm really starting to see flourish. So I just think they understand each other so well, and I think Benzema, he definitely knows when to make the right pass. He's got that vision, and that's really what I liked about Benzema. And that's why I've just been adamant on backing Benzema, because he provides so much to us, and you could see that throughout the game, today. I mean, he provided so much, passing wise, creating chances. I mean, he was some amazing, and that's really what I like about Benzema. Sorry, my laptop's making a little bit of noise. Let's see. So. There was a couple chances from Hazard, but it was just directly at the keeper. So definitely hoping to see more from Hazard. But from what I saw today, I thought he was really good, I have to say. Marathon says, I see more potential in Rodrigo compared to Vinicius. I definitely do too. And James says Rodrigo is very good too. I think Rodrigo, especially considering that Rodrigo played on the right hand side. I was very surprised to see that he put such a decent performance. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's not his usual kind of position. So to see him on the right, I thought he did very, very good there. Let's see. So Naj says we played with hunger today. Exactly. And I think that's what Zidane was alluding to in his press conference, is that this was a game that Real Madrid players were going to turn up, and they really did turn up, to be honest. Luke Daniel Harley, thank you for being on, dude. He says we should have brought Mendy on in the 75th minute. I do agree. To be honest, a lot of the players were tired out there, and you could just see that. And I think with the intensity that this match had, I think that's only normal. But yeah, definitely in hindsight, you could have brought someone like Mendy on. Jonas. Let me backtrack on that. Sergio Ramos deserves credit, been crucial today. Definitely. Sergio Ramos was really good. Was that the comment I missed, Jonas? I'm really sorry. But yeah, Sergio Ramos, very crucial, very good today. Varane also, a little bit of things from Varane, but overall, I thought he put in a pretty good performance as well. So got to give credit to the center backs as well as the fullbacks. I thought Dani Carvajal did a very, very good job today as well, and Marcelo I thought did a good job today too. So overall, our defense was very, very solid. The midfield as well. So there you go. And James says, I think Vini's better, but Rodrigo is much more direct. Yeah, definitely. I think that's true. And then James says, better shooting and crossing, but I prefer to watch Vini because he's so fast and skilled and good at dribbling. So there you go. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think Vinicius is a very fast and skillful player. Probably something that Rodrigo may. He's got to some extent, but Vinicius is a little bit more. I'm not sure. I can't think of the right word. Spontaneous. He'll surprise you. Whereas Rodrigo, he's much more direct. His decision making is a little bit better, is what I have to say about Rodrigo. But Vinicius is an unpredictable player, so I think the people kind of like that. Hey man, new guy, good to see you. Thank you for being on, man. I really do appreciate that. We must not forget Courtois as well. Courtois was really good today, I have to say. for someone who's been giving him stick for a long time, I had to say Courtois was really, really good today. I'm going to give him a good rating just because he did an overall very, very good job today. I thought Cruz had a good game, fantastic game from Toni Cruz. I mean, creating chances, even going forward, there was a few chances that he had, and he even got the goal. So, very, very good performance from Toni Cruz. Like I said, just the whole team overall, just very, very good. Valverde, creating chances left and right. This guy, and Valverde really, I think he's not the future anymore. He really is the present. It's time to bring Valverde onto the pitch more because he really is the present now. You can't talk about the future. He's the present. It's very easy to talk about the future, but we have to focus on the present. But really, Valverde, it's hopefully how can I say this? I want to see him starting more. Because he was simply amazing today, and this is something he's grown so much as a player. And like I said, I was giving him so much stick last season, but this season I'm really starting to see what he's about, and he was just amazing. Let's see. So yeah, Hazard post. How did he miss that? I was quite surprised to see that, but really it's that conviction. He's not quite convicted. So I feel like that will have kind of led to kind of him hitting the bar. I think we know Hazard can score in these kinds of positions, but overall I thought Eden Hazard had a very, very good game today. We know he can do more though. As Madridistas, we know he can do a little bit more. But I thought he did good. He was creating chances, running into the channels, creating chances for himself. His dribbling was spot on. So I just think he needs to hit that a little there. He made a big stride, but I think it's that next little level that, it's really, he can get there, but that's just going to take a little bit more time. But overall, Eden Hazard, I really like what I saw today. Benzema, Marcelo, I know combined a couple times in the game too. Marcelo, I thought was really good. And at the end, we just had a deluge of chances at the end. It was just chance and chance and chance and chance. And I think Galatasaray at the end was probably just tired more than anything else. But there you go. That's pretty much what I had to say. Luke, Luke as well said we must not forget Courtois. I mean, Courtois was brilliant. Dinesh, thank you for being on, dude. He says Benzema isn't shooting in front of goal. He's just passing to opposition goalkeeper. Yeah, you could argue that definitely. I hope Yeah, I mean Hazard to some extent was shooting right towards the keeper too, right? So. In terms of shots, I think there wasn't much conviction in terms of shots. I would have liked to see, because we had 14 shots on target, I think, and it was 27 shots overall. And you could just see to have 14 shots on target and to only get one goal, there's something wrong there. There's a little discrepancy there. So it's really to address that. It's really how do we get goals out of those shots on target, And I think most of those shots on target, if you look at them closely, they were just straight at the goalie, and I think that's really what it comes down to. Let's see. Marathon says Toni Cruz is not getting enough credit. Toni Cruz was fantastic today. I mean, to be honest, I think it was just we don't know where to start. The whole team was so good, And Abhishek, thank you for being on. Hey, David, kind of want to get more out of the team, to be honest. Hazard really needs to get his confidence back. He missed a sitter after doing everything right until then. He really did miss that sitter, I have to say. And I think, I definitely think that the team can, we could get a little bit more from the team. But, I thought overall our performance was solid today. But, I mean, when you look at some of the players, maybe you could get a little bit more from the players. Obviously, Eden Hazard is one of them. But even so, I just thought we put in a good performance. I think Eden Hazard is probably the only person or the only individual I could say that maybe, he's just missing that little bit. But hopefully that'll come with a little bit more time. And Anugat says 1-0, 3 points. 3 points, that's exactly it. UCL silent for now. And we can move on. That's exactly it, Anugat. The UCL is silent for now. So, I mean, yeah. Forget Mourinho or Pogba, gives Zidane patience and time, and La Liga would be ours. Exactly. That's for me, I'm pretty adamant on my stance on Zinedine Zidane in that, the last press conference, there was a lot of questions about Mourinho. I just thought it was a whole lack of disrespect towards him, towards Zinedine Zidane, what he really did. So we just, I think, to win every single season, it's near impossible feat, So, even if we don't get trophies this season, or even if we just get some Looney Tunes trophies or something like that, I'll still back Zidane, because I really do trust in him. Let's see. Dinesh says Benzema not good for Madrid. We need Kane or Leva or Mbappe type of player. A striker more powerful and strike powerfully. I thought Benzema was fantastic today. Benzema, as much as he'll get the criticisms, I think Benz was absolutely fantastic today. The way he combines with players is, the way he's able to, his touch. He's just the most complete number 9 I've seen. I absolutely love him. That's why I back him so much. I know Benzema does create kind of a dichotomy, but for me, I strictly back him. John says, I've been one of Cruz's criticisms. Yes, I have too, to be honest. but have more balance today. Hats off. Yes, exactly. Today we had more balance, and yes, we got to give our hats off. He was amazing, Tony Cruz, today, and I've been one to criticize him, to be honest. So no worries. Dinesh says, finally, I understand that because of Benzema's shitty shooting, there's no power in his shooting. Madrid needs a proper number 9 because of CR7 not in Madrid. I understand what you mean. Exactly. I do understand what you mean, Dinesh. I think the thing with Benzema is he probably doesn't have that much power in his shots. CR7 had that, tremendously, and I think obviously the strikers that you named, Lewandowski and Mbappe, they have more, the powerful shots and stuff like that. But I think something they don't provide as much is Benzema's kind of hold up play, the ability to link up to the plays. Benzema really makes everything tick, and that's really what I like about him. But I can understand where you're coming from, Dinesh. Yes, he doesn't have to, Benzema doesn't necessarily have that. Naj, see you, man. Take care. Man, it's all good. You have to work, man. It's life. Yeah, me too. James says, we better not become lackadaisical and just assume we'll beat Galatasaray at home. We'll have to put in another great performance to win, and then we only need to beat PSG or Bruges. So, yeah, I think Zidane did allude to this. We have to remember that, we take every game by game. And, this is one game, and now we move on to the next game. It's kind of like job done, and then we move on to the next one. So, yes, we have to remember that. We have to keep that in mind that, the job here is done. This is the job, and now we move on to the next game, and now we have to win at the next one. Anugat says, media is crazy. They create the pressure on the UCL. Seems like they are just funded by UEFA to do so. UEFA, sorry. Just look at Barca and Man City the last few years. They are still in pressure. Leagues are important too. Yeah, exactly. I think the leagues get dismissed really, really easily, and Man City to win the league twice in a row, as they did, it's just simply amazing. Simply an amazing feat by Manchester City. So, definitely. And Barcelona, too. I mean, 3 La Ligas under Ernesto Valverde, and then it just gets, it just gets brushed aside, and to be honest, they have to be giving credit, Yeah, you're right. So we'll go with the player ratings right now. Really want to do the player ratings. I kind of want to go with what you guys have in mind. I'm going to give my input as well, but I kind of want to go with what you guys have. So let me know what you guys thought about Courtois, Sergio Ramos, and Varane. We'll go with those 3 for right now. I thought Courtois had a very, very good game. I'm probably going to give him an 8. And probably his rating maybe could have been a 7. The only reason I'm giving him an 8 is because he was very, very... He played a level that we don't really see him regularly. As weird as that sounds, but I mean, he played a level that this is a level that should be at Real Madrid. He did play up to that level. I thought he put in a really good performance. So I'm going to give him an 8 for Courtois. Sergio Ramos, exactly. Courtois, as Oscar says, is one of the man of the matches. I think so too. Jonas says Courtois 7 for me. James says made 2 world-class saves and caught every cross. There you go. That's a good point. Mbappe scored a hat trick against Club Brugge. He's coming only after his 52nd minute as a sub. Wow, hat trick against Club Brugge. Boy, that's crazy. James says Ramos 7 or 8, Courtois 8, Varane 7, Ramos 8. Yeah, I think so. James says Varane 7 or 8. Luke says Courtois 8, Varane 7, Ramos 8. And Jonas says Ramos 8. So I think pretty much the general consensus for Ramos is going to be an 8. And I think that makes sense. I think we're going to go with Ramos being an 8. Varane, I think we're going to give him a 7. I thought he did really good today. But I think Ramos, he's just on a different level. And Courtois, I think we're going to give an 8. I thought Courtois, he really was something else today. And then we'll go with the fullback. So let me know what you guys thought about Marcelo and Dani Carvajal. Goalkeeper 9, Anugat says. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could easily give him a 9, to be honest. He really was on a different level. I really, really like that from him. We'll go with Marcelo, and then we'll go with Carvajal as well. So Marcelo 7, Marcelo 6, Carvajal 8, Carvajal 7, Carvajal 8. Wow, okay. So we'll go, let's see here. We'll go with Marcelo. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm probably being a little bit more generous than usual, but I just thought, like I said, collectively, I think we did really, really good. Everyone put in a shift today. Everyone had the hunger and desire to do well. And to get 1-0 over Galatasaray, to clean sheet, like I said, the whole team really, really did well. Choose two, David. You're a part of this. Thank you. definitely. I definitely will. Carvajal, I think the ratings that you guys came up with, though, I have to say those ratings do make sense, though. Carvajal, I'm gonna give him. Let's see here. I just want to see what you guys gave him. 7, 7, 7. That's what I was thinking too. A 7. Carvajal is gonna be 7, so I thought the fullbacks are gonna be a 7. Someone said Valverde 9. Let me know what you guys thought about Valverde. With Marcelo, definitely. Dinesh says Marcelo, we always shaky in the left side. Exactly. So I think we have to remember that with Marcelo, we are a little bit shaky. Just for this game, Marcelo deserves a 7, but I wouldn't include him in every game. He is very, very, it's a bit dubious when we play Marcelo. And Dinesh says if we play against big teams, they attack in the left side easily. Mendy must adapt quickly and be as a starter, I hope. Definitely, I was quite worried when I saw Marcelo and Courtois playing, but somehow I think we did really good. And I think that comes down to the hunger, to be honest. Let's see here. So Marathon says 8 for, I'm assuming Valverde. So, and James says Valverde 8 or 9. Jonas says Valverde 8. I'm going to go with Valverde 9. I thought Valverde put in a really, really good performance today. I'm going to put a 9 for him. I thought he was absolutely fantastic everywhere today on the pitch. Really, providing those kind of through passes that maybe last season we weren't seeing quite enough of. So I think Valverde deserves a 9. Cruz 9 says Oscar. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Cruz as well. Cruz man of the match says Lester. I'm hoping I'm gonna try to pronounce correctly. Let me know, of course, if my pronunciation is wrong. Marathon says Valverde 9 man of the match. Definitely, I think Valverde deserves close to 9. He was absolutely fantastic. Oscar says Cruz 9. Marathon says Cruz 9. Cruz 8 says James. I'm gonna go with let's see. I know Cruz. I almost want to give him like an 8.5. I'm trying to think here what I should give Cruz. I think an 8 sounds right, though. I think an 8 sounds right, especially for his level, because he put in a really, really good performance. But I think I don't want to say that's what we expect of Tony Cruz, but it has become kind of what we expect. Whereas Valverde, it's like we don't quite, our expectations are a bit lowered. So I guess, in terms of that, that's why I gave Valverde a 9. And, of course, let me know what you guys thought about, let's see, Sonigrat says Cruz 8, Casemiro 8, and Valverde 8. Casemiro 7. I'm going to give Casemiro, I think it's going to be a 7. I know I didn't actually ask you guys about this. The reason I'm going to give him a 7, I saw a few misplaced passes from Casemiro. It just looked a bit dangerous for me. But overall, he had a really good game. Casemiro had a really good game today, so I'm not going to give him too much stick. So there you go, 7. Man, I can't put the line there, but it's all good. So 7 for Casemiro. Let me know what you guys thought about let me know what you guys thought about Eden Hazard, Benzema, and Rodrigo. There you go, Jonas. Yeah, exactly. Jonas says Casemiro second half sloppy with the passes. That's what I thought too. It's a little bit sloppy from Casemiro, but you know what? I thought Casemiro still put in a shift. Let's see. James says Hazard 8. Shauna says Eden Hazard 5. I can definitely understand that. Eden Hazard is still up in the air. So I still think there's that next level, to his game, and it's just a little bit more. But I think he did really good today. James says Hazard 8. Yeah, Hazard 5. Marathon says Hazard 7.5. Anugat says, by the way, should Casemiro rest for a while? I think he should. I think when you look at all the games, I think he played every single one, if I'm not mistaken, or close to that. So definitely, I think he deserves a rest. With that in mind, you can even give Casemiro a little higher. James says Benzema 7.5. Hazard started well, but was sloppy. Yes, I did notice that some passes were misplaced. A little bit of what should I do in my mind, and still a little bit more that I'd like to see from Eden Hazard. But I think what we're gonna do with Hazard, I think I'm gonna put him. I think people are saying 8, some people are saying 7, and and I think we're gonna do a 7 for Eden Hazard. I think we're gonna go with 7, and the reason I say 7 is I just think he has that little extra that we still haven't seen of Eden Hazard yet. He still has that little extra that he can still put in. Especially the hit towards the bar, a little bit of dithering sometimes. But with that said, I think a 7 is a fair rating. I think I'll give him that. So 7, just like his number. And then we'll go with Benzema 7. It's all good. So we'll go with Benzema 7. Let's see. Benzema 7.5 says Dinesh. Marathon says Benzema 7. And then Anugat says, Kase has played 96 or 97% of the games this season, I think. So he just played so many games. That's the thing with Casemiro. I think it's just, it's all good. You're too nice to Hazard. I think I'm feeling generous today. I think I am a little bit too nice, but I can understand. But you know what? I thought Eden Hazard had a good game, but the touches that he has, man, and he's just so good. He's got the absolute quality to be at Real Madrid. So, but in terms of his level, I think it might be closer to a 6 or a 5. But yeah. Benzema, I think Benzema will go with, let's see here. You guys are saying Benzema 7. I think Benzema deserves an 8, to be honest. I think that the things that Benzema did, he made everything tick, to be honest. He really, the passes at the right time, the link-up play, I just thought he was amazing today. So I think, I don't know if I want to go with, let me check Benzema, let's see. Dinesh says Benzema 7.5, Marathon says Benzema 7, and Oscar says Benzema 7. So James says Benzema 7.5, and that's wow. I think we'll go with an 8. Let's see here, and then last one, of course, I think it's gonna be Rodrigo. Let me know what you guys think of Rodrigo, and then we'll pretty much end it there, guys. That's pretty much what I have to say about the game. Dinesh says Rodrigo 8.5, Oscar says Rodrigo 6. James says Rodrigo 7 or 7.5. Let's see here. Oscar says Benzema missed a lot, and that's actually a good point. Actually, I didn't think about that. Actually, maybe I will do that. Benzema might be just a 7. I'm gonna have to change this player rating. How do I change this? This is probably the best one I can do. Benzema's gonna be a 7, you guys. Yeah, I forgot about that. Benzema missed quite a bit. We're gonna go with 7. This is the first time I ever changed my player rating. Let's see here. So Rodrigo 7 says Marathon, and Rodrigo 6 says Jonas. Wow, I thought Rodrigo had a pretty decent game. I think we're gonna go with the 7. Maybe I'm just feeling so generous today. But I thought, like I said, collectively, I thought we did fantastic. So it seems like man of the match when we look at all this, Fede Valverde. And I think, to be honest, that's really, really fair. That he put in an amazing game. You can even Fede Valverde, Toni Kroos, and Courtois, I thought really put in, they really, really, really did well. But the others too, it really, I can't even pick one. Everyone today was really, really good. And that's really what I like. Let's see, Rodrigo 7, Rodrigo 6, there you go. All right, so Anugat says, do you think buying Hazard was smart? I don't think it was prime Hazard. It wasn't prime Hazard. I think as I'm seeing, throughout the season, or maybe I'm being too quick, to be honest, but I don't think this is prime Hazard. I definitely think this is a Hazard. I'm not going to say on the decline, but it's definitely not prime Hazard. I think prime Hazard is, I would say 25 maybe, 25, 26, 27. But as the counter argument, he's still got massive quality. I think Chelsea probably got a little bit more money than maybe we should have bought him for, but I think Hazard is still a very, very good player. I think he's got loads of quality, and I still think he can provide it to the team. James says Courtois was man of the match. To be honest, yeah, James, I think Courtois was really good. Those, I would say those three: Valverde, Kroos, Courtois. They're pretty much in contention for man of the match. And you could say, the kind of the other player in contention for that is Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos was really, really good today as well. Marathon says, what do you think about Jovic this game? He still didn't provide much, did he? I didn't see too much from Jovic at the end, so I didn't really watch the end too much. I'm still not seeing enough from Jovic. Like Jonas was saying, I definitely like to see Mariano play a little bit more. I think Mariano definitely has a case to make, at Real Madrid, and he's got all the energy and tenacity, and to let that sitting rotting, at home, even he's not even on the bench, he's not even in the squad. So I definitely like to see Mariano given a fair chance at Madrid. I still feel like he hasn't gone that. So I'd like to see Mariano usurp Jovic's position at the moment. I definitely like to see Mariano being second and then Jovic come in third. For the moment, I think Jovic has the quality to make it. I just think right now he's going through a bad patch. So yeah. Dinesh says, I don't think Jovic will get many chances under Zidane. Yeah, that seems to be the case at the moment. It seems to be the case, but we'll have to see. Anugat says, many old legs in our team. Yeah, that's exactly it. And a lot of these players, they've played so many games throughout the years that they're just they've played too many games, and as a result, they're just kind of burnt out. So like Anugat is saying, next season we must change these kinds of players. Yeah, respectfully. And I think that's a good point. I think some of these players are getting a little older, I'm afraid. And yeah, that's just the situation. Marathon says, I'm afraid Jovic will not make it in Madrid. I've got my qualms on that too, to be honest. I'm a little bit afraid. But as some people were saying, we got to give him a little bit of time. If we remember Benzema's first season, I think Jonas was saying this, that it wasn't really perfect, So I think with Jovic, we just have to give it a little bit of time. And like some people are saying, maybe one season, to be honest, for him to adapt will, that would be a fair chance for Luka Jovic. But it'll definitely take a little bit of time for him. But I got my qualms, but I definitely hope he'll make it at Madrid. That's pretty much what I have to say about Jovic. So there you go, guys. That's the player ratings. That's all I have to say for you guys today. Man of the match, like I said, in contention, Valverde, Cruz, Courtois, all those three arguably pretty man of the match. And then after that, after that it's definitely to each one's liking who they'd rather ascribe the man of the match performance to. But there you go. So Marcelo 7, Sergio Ramos 8, Courtois 8, Varane 7, Carvajal 7, Cruz 8, Valverde 9, Casemiro 7, Hazard 7, Benzema 7, and Rodrigo 7. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much the end. What I do want to say is, the whole team collectively did well. And then we move on, right? Job done, and then we move on to the next game. So Marathon says, one thing for sure, we definitely need Mbappe. Yeah, I know. I still feel that. However, like I said in the past, if it's 300 million, I think we should go for someone else. 300 million for Mbappe, I just think it's too much. I'd rather go for someone else, but we'll have to see. James says, see you later, Dave. Any idea when the next stream will be? I think it's going to be, I can't really remember. It's probably going to be the match preview for next game, which is, I can't even remember who Real Madrid is playing. I'm just going to check really quick. Barcelona, Clásico, postponed. That's true. So I really don't know when the next stream is going to be. I really don't know. Maybe Friday, but I have to see. Maybe we'll see something in the headlines or something like that. So I'll definitely see. Only God, thank you for being on, dude. Really do appreciate it. On to the next one. Dinesh says, if our finishing is good, then we would have easily won 4-0. And that's exactly it. We created the amount of chances. We had the shots on target, but really it comes down to our finishing. James says, Leganes at home. There you go. Next week. It's too much. So I'm going to try to get something in between, maybe during the weekend or something along those lines. So I'll try to see. All right, you guys, that's it. Yeah, there's no game this weekend. It's just such a bummer. Bye, Jonas. Thank you for being on, and that's all I got for you guys. So I'll see you at the next stream, and it'll probably be this weekend or something along those lines. So thank you guys, and see ya.